So for the healthcare, there is 37 jobs or occupations under the healthcare and social services. So to be eligible under the healthcare and social services occupations category, you must have accumulated within the past 3 years at least 6 months of full-time continuous work experience or an equal amount of part-time experience in a single occupation listed in the table below, which you are going to go in Canada or abroad. So what this means is they are not going to be checking the last 10 years of your life. They are only going to be checking the last 3 years of your life. Which jobs have you done in the last 3 years of your life? If in the last 3 years you've done any of the jobs, any of the 37 jobs under the healthcare and social services for at least 6 months full time continuously, or even if it was part time, but you have an equal amount of experience. So let's say you are working part time and you are working, let's say 20 hours a week, and full time hours, as we know it, is 40 hours a week. So if you've been working 30 hours a week, then we can say for it to be um equal to 6 months of full-time job, then that means you must have worked for a year. So that's how they calculate it. In Canada, everything is about working hours. So if you've worked full-time 6 months continuously within the last 3 years, it means automatically you qualify under the healthcare and social services occupations. But if you work part-time, then you have to calculate the number of hours you've worked and see if it's equivalent to that full-time 6 months. That's how it works. So now we are going to go into the jobs, the 37 jobs under the healthcare and social services occupation. So the first one here is animal health technologists and veterinary technicians. And we also have the audiologists and speech language pathologists. As I said, this is for healthcare and social services occupations only. We'll go into the others after this. So we're going through them one after the other. The third on the list is cardiology technologists and electrophysiological diagnostic technologists. We also have chiropractors, we have dental hygienists and dental therapists, we have dentists, we have dietitians and nutritionists. We also have general practitioners and family physicians. You have licensed practical nurses. So let me say a bit about this licensed practical nurses. In Canada, we have it, let me say, some people call it licensed practical nurses. Some people also call it registered practical nurses. So there is a difference between practical nurses or registered practical nurses and registered nurses. Registered nurses are people who have a bachelor's degree in nursing, a degree in nursing. That is the registered nurse, and practical nurse is the diploma. So like in Ghana, for instance, the practical nurses will be people who have gone through the nursing training colleges and have a diploma. I think their program is, I think, for 3 years. Yes, in Ghana is for 3 years. So if you have a diploma in nursing, that is equivalent to the licensed practical nurses or registered practical nurses. But in all this, it's not just going to be on your paper. For you to even know what is equivalent to in Canada, you would have to, for you to be able to, you would have to do, um, what do they even call it again? An academic evaluation. Yes, you'd have to do an academic evaluation, and then afterwards, you will be able to know exactly what your degree or certificate is equivalent to in Canada. So that's how it works. So now I'm going to move on to the as others. Massage therapists, and we also have medical laboratory assistants and related technical occupations, medical laboratory technologists, medical radiation technologists, medical sonographers, nurse aides, orderlies, and patient service associates, nursing practitioners, nursing coordinators and supervisors, occupational therapists, optometrists, and other medical technologists and technicians. Set, set. I'm wondering if my sound is being heard. Okay, let's continue. So after this, I'm going to the third list, the third panel. We also have other professional occupations in health diagnosing and treating. So if there's the NOC code is 31209. So every job has its own NOC code, which is going to help you know exactly what it qualifies under. So other professional occupations in health and diagnosing and treating. And we also have other technical occupations in therapy and assessments. I'm not sure if you hear my voice or not, so I'm going to pause it and then confirm if my voice is being heard or not. I'm coming. So, as I said, I'm trying to check if my sound is being heard or not. So, as I said, I'm trying to check if my okay. So it looks like it is okay, at least on YouTube. Mm. Okay. So I'm going to continue with it then. So if you are on YouTube, it's much easier because I think the sound and everything works on YouTube. For TikTok, I've not really confirmed it yet, but I'll definitely share the video on TikTok too later. So we also have paramedical occupations, pharmacists, pharmacy technical assistants, and pharmacy assistants, pharmacy technicians, um, physician assistants, midwives, and allied health professionals, physiotherapists, psychologists, and registered nurses and registered psychiatric nurses. So, as I said earlier, and was trying to make the distinction between practical nurses and registered nurses. So, this right here, that's the registered nurses and registered psychiatric nurses. That is the degree, and the practical nurse that we met earlier on, that was the diploma. So out here we also have the respiratory therapists, clinical perfusionists, and cardiopulmonary technologists. We have social and community service workers. We have social and community service workers. We have social workers, specialists in clinical and laboratory medicine. We have specialists in surgery. We have therapists and therapists in counseling and related specialized categories. And we also have veterinarians. So for this concludes the list for healthcare and social services. So now we are going to move to the next category on the list. That's STEM occupations.